What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Manchester United FM24 save. Here, we've got the preview for the season. It looks like, in terms of the odds, Manchester United predicted to come in 5th, or Man U FC. As you know, I'm holding back of downloading all graphics, all type of name updates, while we are on the beta version to really limits any potential errors or bugs. But at the same time, my game is kind of running really fluid. We have got quite a few leagues loaded, and you can see it says estimated game speed 2-star, but you can really see it going really well when we're navigating through clicking players and anything. You'll notice probably as quick as it can be. So it's really balanced well at the moment. So even when I don't want to go overs. I don't want to overdo it with graphics because, it's going pretty sweet right now. So anyway, I just wanted to have it on this screen because it's nice to have a bit of a preview, but also doesn't really give away any signings we made. But we're going to get into that right now. So, as always, I like to focus on the outs, and that you can see the ins, but look at the outs for now. Facundo Pellistri, there was a couple things with him. We'll talk about the deal a bit more because it was a bit separate with what we did. We'll talk about it. Victor Lindelof, 26 million, just a straight offer from Tottenham, which I was pretty happy with. I always love to go back to or see what the scout says on a player, and again, it's a bad. I wouldn't go to sign him. Obviously, you don't really look at the value. The value boosts after a player makes a move. That's standard, but and I think that's it's always going to be negative because the player you've just sold, so their interest is not going to be there. So if we're going to judge off attributes anyway, I feel like we wouldn't be chasing him regardless. At 29 years old, would not be a target for us. Donny van de Beek, I was really happy with Juve's deal, and we talk about loan deals, not the same as Pellistri, because we are going to hope that he moves out. Sure, it's nice to see his technique going up. That's cool. But you can tell we can really trying to get rid of him. Juve, there was a few teams that were interested in him, and you can't really see that anymore. But I was pretty happy with that. It was teams like Atletico Madrid, but Juventus offered a great deal, and after 20 matches. So hopefully they do play him and we can get 14 million. And I was happy I could negotiate that. Initially, it was like 12 mil or something like that. I'm noticing that is a lot more negotiable in the past. I felt like you couldn't negotiate fees for the most part anyway. Sometimes you could, but what I experience most of the time in loan deals, going in and out, when you're especially trying to sell a player, but then when you're trying to get them as well, it goes both ways, kind of. Anyway, I'm happy with that because I'm confident that they could use him. We'll have to see if he'll be that regular. But if anything, they're paying a lot of his wage, over 100k, as you can see. They're paying a good amount, so I'm happy with that regardless. Potentially move him on next time, next time around in next season. And then there's a lot of these other guys. We'll just talk about Daniel Gore. He's probably the most notable in terms of his talent. We went through in the first episode a little bit. Very exciting, actually. He's gone to League One and he's going to be playing regularly. Pellistri is probably going to be more relevant because Daniel Gore, he's probably not going to play next season. He's not going to be good enough. So, we're going to talk about promises and that kind of stuff. And targets, which is new. I like that. But Burton is going to play him in DM. You can't see that from here by the looks of things. This is just contract based. But I think it's obvious. There was championship clubs interested in him, and I chose a League One team because they were promising a bit more game time. What we can do, we're going so deep for him, but you can see he's locked into I say locked in currently, he's the DM. He's in that position in the tactics screen. So hopefully that says a bit. But those other lads we loaned out didn't have the same level of potential. Forsen was probably next in line. His potential's actually not bad, but we will just see how he goes at Northampton. And you can see he's getting games early on. You can get the feeling of that they were promised, like I just said, to get some good amount of game time in the first team if they're starting early on. So that is good. But now, Facundo Pellistri, this is what we're going to talk about. Okay, we'll look at him. He very weak, very, very weak in technicals. So he needed this. And actually the reason I thought to initially let him go on loan, that wasn't needed in the end. But then we realized I wouldn't want to be using someone regularly and relying. I can't rely on a winger in the first team in the Premier League. The hardest... Yeah, people have their conversations about what's the best league in the world, and people who maybe don't like the Premier League argue with their league. But all I know, in Football Manager over the years, you cannot, for the season, going in with pretty high expectations, finish top 4 in the Premier League. I can't rely on a winger that has 11 crossing. Like, sure, dribbling is good and you are fairly quick, that you're kind of the accepted level with acceleration 17, that's standout, good, and agility and pace. Yes, that's a tick, but then the rest of him is no, especially quite a few low mentals. Then he's got some good ones as well, so it's very important for getting development. But that's not good enough. I just know he's going to let me down a lot in the first season, judging off my experience. So this is pretty cool. And again, we'll talk about players we brought in. But Facundo Pellistri, that kind of led me to doing this. I'm like, oh, this is a cool new feature. I went assisting 10 league goals for the promise. I thought winger, we'll go with assists, and then his, say it there, we'll go into targets. Facundo Pellistri, you can see here, this is the one. The promise actually was increased playing time to a squad player, which I think is fair enough. I, for a second, thought, is that too much? Because I could have selected a lower level, but I wondered if you would have agreed to that. So I thought squad player would make sense. You have a good spell out on loan at 21. He's going to be 22 in December. So I just think that's the natural progression, but you're going to have to show that. And I think it's going to be... Is the league going to be competitive enough? Is Belgium going to be competitive enough? Like, he could get that easily, maybe, where his pace could really just stand strong and dribbling, and he could be a dominant player. We're going to see that fact anyway. But let's talk about what we did, and it's going to be pretty short, isn't it? It's going to be a short conversation. Emile Smith-Rowe from Arsenal. I went to search in the scouting. You know the process when you look for a loan, player interested in loan. Yeah, we're looking for centre-backs here, and you saw, we'll talk about who we landed on. It is a WONDERKID. But we went looking for the highest valued player that is interested and loan listed. Smith-Rowe fit that bill, and you saw Mikel Arteta. He's put his own he's put league goals for a target. 8 assist league goals. I got excited by reading goals, of course. Anyway, 8 assists in the league. So I wonder how much that impacts performance level. We are going to find out. Like, it shouldn't necessarily mean loaned players are going to play better than before. Like, I don't know. It's interesting to think. Like, you would have expected them to always play well. How much better is it going to, or how much more is it going to entice them to play better football? So I thought Smith-Rowe, again, natural in multiple positions that we will utilize throughout the whole season. When he can play centrally and out wide. If we take a look, if we go to the tactics screen, you can see left-footed, right-footed. And he just... I've always liked him as well, Smith-Rowe. He's, a pretty handy player. Plays 1-2, so we're good for that tempo. Also, we are playing in zoomed in, if you wondered. from the last episode, I've just selected that one, just zoomed in a bit more, just have it, especially for you guys watching as well, just have it a bit more in your face. That's the way. And for Smith Rowe, this was non-negotiable. I had the same deal. I just got rid of this because we're not going to spend that much for a player, obviously, and Arsenal wouldn't accept that. So it's just like a ridiculous amount we have to accept part of the deal, and it's what you ignore because we're nowhere near entertaining that. And I tried removing it so it wouldn't be like a talking point. But you can see why. Yeah. Clearly Arsenal don't want to sell him. But if he has a good spell with us and Arsenal is too competitive to get into, but that many 15s of mentals that you think surely are going to go up by 1, turn into 16, quick maths, I swear, and even those that are in the technicals, he could be a tidy player. So hopefully, Arsenal, they just have too many attacking players. But if he can slip through and we get him at a reasonable price, not what that says in the contract. This is the Wonder Kid. And one of the rare players that has a face pack without us having face packs, if that makes sense, by default. He's got a face in the game. He's a Wonder Kid. Looks like an absolutely beastly, beefy defender. Of course, as I said, and as you would know, values boost after signing, but that still looks pretty neat, I tell you what. And he's a Wonder Kid. And not just position-wise, that he's competent in a couple roles, couple positions there, but his attributes back that up. Like, again, if you go to DM, covers a lot, doesn't it? He could be a really neat DM. He's a real good, he's not just strong defensively, but passing 15, vision 16. Like, that's neat. He's got that creativity. Remember when instead of vision, there was creativity? Yeah. Oh, I was missing that for the longest time. It wasn't the easiest negotiation. I'm happy, though. Lindelof out, and this is not the final moves. Well, you never know for sure. Wan-Bissaka, while Tottenham is interested, I'll play out the window and see if they come with an offer. So it can be, I'm always about waiting for an offer because you might get just a bit more value with. He's still holding that 20 tackling, which is like, that is very helpful. And of course, you still need to have other good attributes, solid attributes, which he does have. Like, they're just good enough, I'll say. You might say, he's a bit of weakness. Like, there's a lot of mentals that are fairly low. I just feel we're going to see how he goes, that's for sure. What we're leading to here is, if Tottenham don't make an offer, we can trigger the contract extension clause, and then, we can just wait it out a bit more and try and sell him, opposed to, his contract is going to expire. So there's that option of just extending it, then maybe selling him next season, and just getting that year extension. Maybe early in next season's preseason, off-season, we can get a decent deal for him. But that 20 out of 20, max tackling is kind of handy when you're pacey too. And then Harry Maguire, we have listed, and surprisingly, Newcastle, Inter, like a couple teams are interested. When I offered him out, they just thought his wage is too much, which could be the issue. I just hope we can somehow, like, Newcastle, you got your money. What do you mean? What do you mean it's out of your price range? Come on. And then Martinez, who I haven't offered him out, but he's 25. He looks nice, doesn't he? I mean, coming off, don't forget, winning the World Cup with Argentina. So even Scott McTominay, he seems to be scoring in real life. Eriksen, I feel like we will weaken Chelsea. I know. He looks decent, doesn't he? But I just feel for a long-term deal. Those attributes might be swaying me back. I look at the age, and in real life, I think he's slowing down. But some of those attributes are incredibly strong. So squad management-wise, there's a few things to talk about. And with Diamande, I paid the money straight up. And it was close. Look at this, with the budget. We had a lot more in the wage though, so we were comfortable enough, and we might just adjust that a little, get a bit of a balance. It's not too much to worry about at this point. If I can hold off from doing clauses and we can just, like, installments, we can just pay the money up front. There's no more, like, we're done with that deal. We don't have to worry about it anymore. As good as installments, I used to not abuse, I just used to like to use them a lot. But yeah, it just, when you've got the money in place, when I've got the money in place, I'm happy to splash it because I think we're good for the rest of the season now. Like, yeah, I'm happy with our team, happy with our squad. And back to that point, we're leading to everything now. We've got everything covered. Why I did, he's not here, so I'm looking, I don't know why I'm looking for him, because players out on loan, we've disabled here. But why I was looking to get rid of Pellistri, one of the reasons is because I was expecting to sign another player in the first team. I wasn't sure who it would be for sure. Not for sure, like Luke Shaw, but yeah, to be the replacement of Lindelof. So for the time being, I believe it was Tom Huddleston. He was selected. Like, he was actually there, probably because of that homegrown. Never would intend to use him, but if so, yeah, because everyone else here, look at the amount of under-21s. If we don't sign anyone else, we can just leave that as is. Pre-season, not crazy important, but all wins, which is good to see, but all games, all teams that you would expect to be beating. We're kicking off the season against Arsenal and then Liverpool, but yeah, we're going to do the first game here against Arsenal, and you kind of know the drill in terms of playing games off camera. Generally, there's going to be big teams you're going to miss because, we'll finish the episode, and sometimes it'll be a big game next. It's all contextual. But yeah, probably next, I think we'll go up to Chelsea, and we'll do 2 games in an episode. We'll do that type of vibe. Sheffield United, with these fake badges, they've got the same as Manchester United. Again, those little things, let's try not to focus on that. It'll be nice if they made different ones, but it is what it is. Like I touched on in the past, I'd kind of beat the game to death with graphics to make it look as pretty, you could say, as you like, but no, as realistic as you would like. But yeah, I'll do a lot. I'll do it like to make sure every player you ever click on will have a face, and every team you ever click on will have a logo. Oh, this happened as well. Varane taken ill, got food poisoned the day before the first match of the season. I told you. Well, I didn't tell you, but if you've been watching my series, you don't need to watch me. This happens. This happens in Football Manager, but it's so typical. This is going to be my first season of the new FM game. And you'd say currently our best centre-back, most experienced, elite, whatever you want to call him. I mean, we've got Johnny Evans, but if we talk about experience. But anyway, our elite centre-back gets food poisoned. Like, could that be a new feature where the manager can be in charge and like where the players go to eat, and it shows like the risk level of getting food poisoned. They should have like the ratings like on Google of restaurants they go to, and put some on the blacklist that are a bit dodgy. That would be a cool feature, because food poisoning literally the day before. I'm not having that. I mean, we're going to have to handle it and deal with it, but not happy about it at all. After a big pre-season preparing for the first game against a contender. You feel my pain? Okay, come on. But I tell you what, there's a lot to take in from the first games. Manchester City losing, Brighton. Not bad at all, Brighton. But then also Liverpool winning 4-0. There's some good results to see and some not so good. And it looks like expectations, both from the board and the supporters, draw. A draw would be neat away from home. Expecting a win might be a little bit much. So they want to see some attacking football, entertaining. And Diamante, I mean, with Varane went out and got food poison like we just touched on, there's every chance he's going to get a debut. In terms of season tickets, 55k sold for the season. Those little stats, it's nice to track in the videos as we go by. I probably may not remember things as much, but there's some people in the comments you may keep your eyes on. But we're ready. We're ready here. I know this one of the most tricky games for the season, and if I'm going off my last year, definitely I was very happy with going with opposition instructions being added by the respective advice. But everything else I would not touch because, yeah, as simple as that. We would just really judge the feedback for opposition instructions, something that, yeah, I feel I need feedback on. And see, Varane is going to be forced to drop out. See, these, okay. That was from when we were doing the registration, the under-20 squad, the under-21 squad we had selected. But anyway, part 2, Varane. Like, Maguire. Is it throwing Diamande in the deep end? Is it a bit too much? Harry is fit. It's tough, I tell you what. Is he ready? No connection there. Has Harry, you would expect? No, okay. That sums Manchester United up. They don't have the connection. But Harry Maguire is worse. Harry Maguire is, the coach opinion anyway, is worse. It's simple as that. He's got some nice attributes. But he, of course, to be on the slower side, it's... I'm still surprised he's rated lower than Diamande. I don't know. Diamande looks balanced. He's definitely one we're more excited about long term, and I think we'll leave. Let's be forward thinking. Yeah, a lot of these players here weren't fit, so we had them, under 21 game time. Because in our friendlies, it seemed, our starting 11, got the games. Starting team, anyway. And Smith Rowe, of course, can't play against his parent club. Eriksson, he's the one that's a bit more fit. And don't worry, we're not going to really do this. We're not going to do this long term. Have a lot of the squad playing in the under-21s. They're just, a lot of them were like the lowest, or pretty low condition anyway. And we don't need 2 goalkeepers. Yeah, get Casemiro. Ideally, again, would want to start, but he wasn't fit anyway. Like, that's why we selected him. Essentially, these guys with the perfect condition and sharpness were playing, all of the preseason. Well, not Diamande, of course, because we just brought him in. And of course, I brought in a bit of a setup of mine from FM23, like how we started things in the first episode in terms of our tactic. Out of possession. In this tactic, I've actually had, get stuck in off. I talked about that, saying, what will be more suitable. Sometimes that having none selected, being in between is the best way to go about it. It feels like you're not being decisive, but sometimes that is actually just the best balance. So we're gonna actually roll with that. And Sancho we're giving a start to because, I mean, what is the alternative? What is the alternative right now? Don't forget, Højlund starts injured. So we're going to miss him. And Garnacho would at least make the bench, but he's not. Yeah, he's not ready. Just get that fitness up. And he's actually a wonder kid too. So he could actually have quite good growth. I'd expect so. I expect so for Garnacho. So anyway, Amrabat, just to get all bases covered on my opinion. So I'm glad, only loan because I'm not sure. I mean, 17 million. He's 26, unless he really, really impresses me. But again, I feel like there could be better options out there. He would have to really, really impress me because his attributes doesn't. I feel like they're just, some other targets. So I think we covered all bases. Let's get into it. Oh, I guess we haven't. Diamanda, probably just straight swap for Lindelof. Give the number 2 there. I'm happy what we did. Like, with our transfers, because it wasn't too much. We didn't get too much out, too much in. It's quite a good balance, I'd say. Ooh, let's get into it. Okay, we are ready. I've no idea what the gameplay is looking like, but I'm not expecting too much of a change because I know they said they're going to give everything like a facelift, and I assumed what it sounded like was like the gameplay. But that's always been a minimal thing for me in FM. Some people take it so seriously, like saying, "Oh, it's not good enough," but no, it's good enough because you're looking at the game with a management aspect. But that's to put it so simply. We're going to go out there and impress me. Like, this looks like, I don't know if just like how it looks, but everything in terms of the feature of the team talk, it looks the same. But just like the colouring and that kind of stuff. Aggressive. See, I always say that's like given as a negative, like there's an unhappy face, but I don't mind, especially your midfield, having that aggressive tone to it, especially defensive midfield. I don't mind that at all. But is it seen defensively by the players or like, the game? It's like they haven't reacted well. But I don't mind that bit of the aggressive nature. Okay. Again, no faces. That's okay. Skip. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be relatively the same in terms of the quality. So we go to key highlights. I'll leave it on the defaults for director. I think we might add disallowed goals. Add disallowed. I mean, there's disallowed offside. Do we really need replays? Because you can't really define it. We'll leave it. The pace is what we do, though. Match B with the text. Yeah, full. And then we'll go one tab up. That's what I usually do. If you call that a tab or whatever. Decent. Okay. See, you're going to have to overanalyze because it's not any major change. Like, from the graphics quality, but I'm not here for that anyway, so I'm content with this. Sure, I'm cool. If FM25 they plan for some upgrades, I'm here for it. But I'm content. Okay, Mount. Mason Mount. Oh. No, it doesn't amount to anything. I wonder how many times I'm going to say that. Not quite. Not quite. Good start, though. Good start. I don't want to go too early with a shout. Again, I expect those to be all the same. See, I'm almost more mad. I'm not mad, though. But if, say, a negative feeling about that, like, no real different shouts or team talks than how the gameplay is. It's that. And if international management, I don't even know. I don't know if it's been touched again. I'd be more annoyed at that, like management type things, than the gameplay. Because as I said, I look through gameplay as a management perspective, tactical perspective. What Arsenal are trying to do against us. And where the spaces are coming. And Rice, see, I mean, he can score. He can score, Rice, but I feel that should be defendable. So, let's take a look at the replay here. I feel like we should be defending that there. Again, like you got someone on him there who's Mount. See, not a whole lot of defensive ability in Mason Mount, unfortunately, because he's playing box to box. Why is this the whole abbreviation MUFTC FT? Yeah, I got that right. That just sounds one too many. It sounds like a cryptocurrency, doesn't it? Like TC, BTC. God. See, if we go out to our team here. See, this is where I would like to add more options. I know when you download skins, there is. Because I feel like these are important as well. But anyway. To talk about Mounts, yeah. He's box to box, but defensive ability, leaves a bit to be desired. I'm putting a lot on that, aren't I? I'm putting a lot on that. That it wasn't so much tactically. I feel defensively we're in a good position, so we're going to berate. After that, let's get a goal. Let's get it back. Fernandes. That's a new feature as well. There's like a set piece coach. I'll leave it to them. We had one already at the club who was funnily enough listed as a coach, but had good set piece taking. So, okay, bit of possession here. Let's see if it's going to come to anything. Diamande, always love when you see a youngster come in. Oh, and Sancho, can you do something? Amrabat. Now it's Mount. Bruno! Dangerous. Okay. Come on. let's just... Yeah. It's just strange seeing that same badge. Okay, can we encourage just a little bit? Be more expressive. This was a slight change there. Because see, overall now, it hasn't been a terrible first half. Here we go. Arsenal. This could change it. But it's going to be a corner, is it? Yeah, it is a corner they show. Martinelli. Put it in. Deal. Ooh. See, that's lucky that we didn't concede. That could have easily been a goal. Reguilon on a... Oh, there's a couple players. Both fullbacks on yellow cards. Interesting. We just quickly ease off tackles. I'll show you that because there might be parts where I don't show it and I just do it and I skip gameplay or whatever in little moments for editing purposes. Just so you know, every time I will do that when they're on a yellow. Just don't want sending offs. If we could sneak a goal back, I mean, you can still get sent off, but if anything, we get lucky that we don't go another behind. We'll say that. I mean, they've got a goal here. Oh, I mean, a corner here. I had goal in mind. That's not often when there's been a shot that leads to a corner that the corner's going to be a goal. The highlight was the shot. They're getting a bit of dominance here. Oh my God, error. See, I feel that is more bad play. But again, that would have been an error. So still something to work on because Arsenal's had the better of the game. Of course, our set tactic is a style where we would hope to be in control, and we've not quite have that. We haven't had that today. We've got Bruno there and Mount. I feel that is creative enough. Especially, Bruno. It's quality. We're going to thrash arms. Terrible. And I've had a bit of opinion in FM. This is not the best position, 1-0. It's when it's a draw and you can say that is the perfect position to be in because you can kind of berate them and not be happy with it. But 1 down is not terrible. It's not terrible, and we might adjust. What if you go attacking? And let's just go a bit more direct. Yeah, a bit more direct. And we'll take work ball into box off. And distribute quickly. Just, get that pace. The quickness of the game. And dressing room. See, whereas I don't think we were terrible. We weren't good because Arsenal, they've had the better of the game, but it hasn't been a horrendous, forgivable performance. Arsenal picking up a couple yellows now, so they might be getting frustrated a bit, or the game is just going on. Don't forget, there's been a bit more yellows in real life this season, so I wonder if that's replicated in the game. Something like real life is replicated, like players retiring in Saudi Arabia, that happens. Okay, Flo, let's go. Let's go with that. And of course, we are much weaker. Højlund, I'm going to use a lot, which probably puts Rashford where Sancho is. And Sancho, I don't even know about Jadon Sancho, guys. I really don't. I'll bring Tony up top. McTominay, this is just off real life reasons. I feel like McTominay there, we're going to go into tactics. We're going to go Bruno up top, McTominay, ball winning support. Unfortunately, you can't select get further forward, but I'm trying. Yeah, it's kind of disregarding real life at the moment. I'm just trying to get his best role personally. And get in Eriksen for Mount. Yeah, just not showing a whole lot. He did early, looked like creating something, but that was about it. No crazy changes, but yeah, we're freshening up enough and deep lying. Some people don't like to play with two playmakers, and that's not necessarily a case because, we get the best out of Eriksen and Bruno, I'd say. Especially that Bruno is more advanced. I don't necessarily like the fact of this game just ending 1-0, and I want to see something like overall. Arsenal actually, they haven't completely destroyed us for a first game, and yeah, first game of the season is always the toughest, or first game of a new save especially, let alone Arsenal, a team who were really, yeah, they fell in the final hurdle, didn't they, last season, but yeah, so I'm sure their players we rated very strongly. Know that for sure. I think we freshen up the fullbacks and that would be it. Once more, I went into my tactical history of FM23, which is pretty cool. You can do that. And again, if you want to use me by first name, real life basis, my name is John. There we go. You click on it, you can see FM23. What I thought we could do, because we know Fernandes is not a striker, put him here. Attacking midfielder, attack. Instead of just going really desperate, something where we are a bit more balanced. And with McTominay on that yellow, ease off. Or something I have worked on before, and this might actually make the grade. We're going to have to see. We'll see at this point. 20 minutes to go. I'd like to do a shout as well, berate, and it'll be very nice if it comes about something. If not, back to the training ground. This is probably one of the most annoying fashions to end the game. That long without a highlight. Back in the day, I'd really rage at that, and it still makes me the same type of angry, but because the defense for me is we prevented Arsenal doing more. I feel like, yeah, So if it was just that early chance, forget what XG says or possession, you could say Arsenal, they had more of everything, so they deserve to win, but it's more about, okay, that later stage, we didn't see a lot. It's hard to judge it early on, but I might keep that tactic in the wings. Why do I feel this guy's name is a variation of Kai Havertz? Or has he just got the same initials? I don't know. That just came to mind. Joey Jude, what a name. Let's not. Oh, he's commenting a lot. He's very busy. I can actually take some positives out of that we weren't destroyed. It's that used to losses feeling of Manchester United. But no, I don't think it was terrible. I think there could have been a worse performance and day out. It's nothing to scream and shout about, that's for sure. We'll say that. The Amanda coming in again. We don't need to talk about Varane missing, Højlund. Sure, already. I don't think I will. Okay, maybe I shouldn't get too excited about being harsh. But they got a good reaction. We'll ask Mount. I don't expect him to have that enough about him. Yeah. What will we say? But I'm gonna end up breaking that promise because those talks go well generally. So I don't want to promise that. I don't want to do everything in a happy way, you know what I mean? Just to please them. So we'll just go convince. He's not going to agree with it. Mate, too early, but open arms. I didn't mean to cause any offense. I'll drop it. I didn't mean to... Did I just say that and he said he didn't mean to cause it? Anyway, did that work out? I mean, our assistant, he's chuffed. All right. Did I just body that conversation? I think so. Not bad for our first kind of dispute, you could say. Because I didn't... Or I wouldn't want the only thing you could do there to get a positive reaction is just bowing down to your player and here's what he wants. I'm glad you can work around it. And now I know how to do so. Not bad. But yeah, I'm going to be that way. I'm going to be pretty aggressive. So you need to be. You need to be, most definitely. So... I don't think it's worse. I don't think that's a worse performance at all. It wasn't good, as I said, not to scream and shout about, but even though Arsenal had more possession, shots, corners and all that, maybe they had a couple chances where they could have scored again. Again, I like to be level and honest with it. They could have scored another goal, but they didn't completely kill us, I feel. So yeah, I'm going to bring in that 4-2-2, even though it was very minimal. I did think this was a handy kind of setup last year with the formation, the pressure. Yeah, it's the high press kind of setup, as you can see there. So you get that from the description. I'm not sure about starting with this formation. Personnel-wise, maybe not. But I don't mind it. I think it can fit our team. But anyway, if you have any suggestions to switch up, change, let us know in the comment section. I'm going to leave it there for now. We'll go to the home screen. We've got Liverpool up next. So, as I said, I'll probably play up to Chelsea. And Chelsea will be pretty significant. Yeah, would like to get a win against Chelsea and then play against Luton. Because then I feel, we'll have a chance to beat them, that's for sure. So we'll see how we go off camera the next 3 games. I like to get a good balance. I'm not sure what you watch these days with your Football Manager content. But yeah, we'll play a bit off camera, but not too much. Not getting through like 3 or 4 months off camera at a time, as I feel that's a bit excessive and you guys miss a bit of the action. So we'll get a good balance regardless. Hopefully you enjoy this series, guys. Keep getting your comments in. I really enjoy seeing your feedback and getting involved in the series to see your guys' comments. We look in the social media in the game, but I like to see what you guys have to say as well as you get invested with the series. Let's have a good year with this United series as well. As I said in the first episode, it could potentially turn into a main save from the beta. We'll definitely find out. But I'm going to leave it there. Catch you guys in the very next episode.